Welcome to Beast Metal Review. I am Adversaricon of Human the Hoofed Beast. By the way, check out my music over on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, all of the streaming platforms. Thanks. And also like and subscribe this right now to help me out. If you like what I do, if you like the underground metal that I bring to you, then please support me just by hitting a like, make a comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. So today we're here to talk about Corpus Offal out of Austin, Texas. Corpus Offal means body organs, and they're really referring to, like, I think, body organs for food to be eaten. And so you'll kind of see that in the video here with these guys. But this is a band that I think they're on 20 Buck Spin Records, and I just recently discovered them and love them immediately. Some of the things that you're going to hear with them is I hear a bit of like Carcass meets who's the other band, like Valen Fire, and then like of course, like there's a lot of tremolo picking, so they also sound a bit like Incantation, but a lot of low tremolo picking, a lot of groove with this band. Really heavy, very dynamic. They change the tempos throughout, so it's not just straightforward nonsense. Another feature that they have is with the second guitar, you'll hear a lot of harmonics with it. The frickin' solos are fucking awesome. Fucking dive bombs galore, swells and dive bombs, really cool harmonic work. And it's throughout just about every song as well. Anyways, these guys have blown me away. This might be my album of the year so far, along with Vacuous. I really like the Vacuous album. There's a whole bunch that I like. Gordon Brace, there's a bunch of really good albums, Frenelin. But this might be the one I like the most. Tempo changes, if you have that. Low, nasty, filthy guitars, great vocals, you're fucking up my alley. Now, another thing that's really different about this album is the prominence of the bass. You can really hear the bass in this. And what the guy was just now doing right now with the guitars was, it's a lot of times it's dissonant, and it sounds like he's playing, one of the guitars are out of tune when they're playing the single notes. The power chords and chugging does not sound like single notes, but a lot of times it sounds like they're out of tune on purpose to make it just sound dissonant, odd, and weird. And kudos to them, because I fucking loved it. So these guys are a lot of the members of the band Cerebral Rot. So if you recognize that band, these guys have now formed Corpus Offal, Corpus Offal. You'll see it in the description. Anyways, let's get into it. So the album opens up, and by the way, it's a self-titled album. It's Corpus Offal, Corpus Offal. The first song is technically a intro. It's very atmospheric. It really does set the mood and the tone for the rest of the album, but to me it's a waste. It's not very interesting. I just don't go for this stuff. I want to hear what you can do with an actual song. Yes, it does set the kind of tone and the feel of the album, but it's like if I wanted to listen to elevator music or intros all day, then I never would want to do that. Would you? Well, not me. So anyways, it's not bad, it's just that I don't care for that part. So it's just like, man, fast forward through every time for me. Sorry, guys. The first song is called Spinous Forms of Mortal Aberrance. It comes in at 7 minutes and 38 seconds. And right off the bat, you have a super slow groove, and with the dissonant single notes, you'll hear that in there. It's a theme, it's unique to them. I love it. These guys are pure fucking metal. They have chugging, they have dive bombs, they have swells, they have all kinds of harmonic shit, deep fucking vocals, down-tuned. These guys are fucking nasty, fucking groovy, fucking catchy. Check them out. Anyways, this song also, the second guitar adds a lot alongside the power chords, and this is a theme throughout all the songs. It's very atmospheric, very dark. Like you feel like they're about to eat you, like your abdomen's been split open and they're ready to have their main course on you with all the blood and guts. They're fucking awesome. The third song, which is technically the second song, might be my favorite one. It's called Essence of Disillusion. It comes in at 6 minutes and 4 seconds. By the way, it's not the only song that comes in at 6 minutes and 4 seconds. The fifth song is also that way. But this solo is so damn good. That gory blood. If you guys eat meat, maybe you want to eat that. I don't know. I don't eat meat. I've been vegan for 34 years. Anyways, one of the other things that I noticed here is that Corpus Offal reminds me a lot of Carcass as well, especially with the lyrics or the vocals and Bill Steer. Now, Carcass were vegan back then, so all of the songwriting and stuff was to try to gross us out over what we were putting in our mouths, like the blood and the flesh and stuff like that, the pus, stuff like that, plasma. Anyways, this reminds me at times the way the grooves go reminds me of like Symphonies of Sickness and Reek of Putrefaction albums, like Exhumed to Consume and the Reek of Putrefaction song that's off of Symphonies of Sickness. I kind of felt that quite a bit, like right away, and I really liked that. Sorry, my hair is in my mouth. So you'll kind of hear that. A lot of times they go back to old school and then they sound dissonant and really kind of cutting edge, like new death metal that I heard. This song, Essence of Dissolution, has a great off-time groove. I love this. And it really reminds me of some of the old Carcass. I don't care for the newer Carcass. I mean, it's good, but I don't like it like the old stuff. And by the way, Carcass, I saw them on like, I think it was like the 14th of October of 1990 with Death and Pestilence when Martin Van Drunen played bass for Pestilence. And this show was amazing, and it was the single best show I've ever seen because of Carcass and because of Bill Steer. He put a handkerchief over the microphone and he was so low with his vocals. Fucking loved it. Okay, so back to the song Essence of Disillusion. Of course, it has the dissonant single notes through it that kind of sound like they're out of tune again. And the solos in these are just amazing. The swells and the dive bombs are just nuts. And these remind me of one of the first guitarists for Death, Rick Ross. And he was also the guitarist for Massacre, like way back when, and he still is today, I think, or maybe he's jumping on and off with that train. But anyways, Rick Ross was like the whammy bar, dive bomb swell kind of king back then, along with Kerry King, I guess. But he put it in a lot, and these guys really do have that a lot, so it reminds me of that. The tremolo picking that's in every song is really biting. I love the tone that they have. Did I tell you that the bass is prominent? Yeah, the bass is really prominent in this song as well. I love it. It's just like your mouth is full with gargly goop. It's just nasty, everything with it. Okay, the fourth song is Corpus Offal, the self-titled, off of this self-titled album. So we have Corpus Offal, Corpus Offal, Corpus Offal, 3 times. This one has some harmonics within the riff. It sounds purposely out of tune, like I told you before. The bass leads off this song, which I like. Anytime they throw the bass in there, a lot of times they'll feature the bass solo all by itself. Sometimes they'll do the guitar all by itself, and I like that with no drums, no other accompanying instruments, no vocals, and to me that's really cool. Let's see, the vocals are very dynamic. He's not just doing one thing throughout, and they're clear, they're gross, they're really garbled, and doesn't really sound like anybody else, so he's pretty unique. I like that. At a time in this song, it sounds a lot like Death and Bill Andrews, kind of straightforward, but only for maybe like a minute, 45 seconds or a minute, but it really reminds me of like old Death and Bill Andrews. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. It's that my frickin' hair, it makes my nose tickle. Okay, major harmonics throughout the song. The frickin' dive bombs are in the solo as well for this. Then we go on to song number 5. It's Gorging Gastric Decedent. And this is 6 minutes and 4 seconds, just like Essence of Disillusion. This one kind of sounds like he has an organ delay effect on that single note guitar that is also helping it sound like it's out of tune and it's delayed a little bit and kind of odd, and I like that. Kudos to that. The voice reminds me of Bill Steer a lot, especially with the delivery and kind of the cadence that Bill Steer would do on the first 3 albums. He was only featured a tiny bit in the 3rd album, but he was in there quite a bit in the 1st and 2nd, although he wasn't primarily the vocalist. The 6th song is 8 minutes and 30 seconds. It is Ripened Psychosis, another excellent song. This one kind of comes forward and it kind of moves forward with like a stomp. Bump, 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 bump forward. And I really like that, with a lot of tremolo picking. And one thing that they'll do a lot is they'll have a blast beat going, bop, 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 and with a slow riff, jung, da jung, jung, da jung, 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 da jung, jung, something like that. And I really, really like that. Love the tempo changes. The bass sounds so freaking good in this. Really, really, really deep vocals toward the end of this song. Listen for that. It sounds really, really tough. Really cool. Okay, now we're off to the last song on the album, is Secreted Effluence, Spilling. And this one has a harmonic riff in the beginning that's slow and groovy. And it kind of sounds like it's out of tune. I like it. It has that featured kind of fast snare like blast beats over a slow riff too. And I'm seeing that more and more with bands these days, and I like that stuff. It's just a different flavor, a different texture that they bring into it. And that really brings me to the end. They're on a small tour right now, and so you might go and check these guys out sometime. I think they're going all the way up to Seattle. They're only playing like 7 or 8 shows, and I think they're ending, or they have a show like 2 weeks later, like in Austin, Texas again, which is their home, like I said before. But if you are somebody who likes grind, somebody likes down-tuned death metal, a little bit of old school death metal, you like something new, something that's different, something that is dissonant a little bit, then check out Corpus Offal. These guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying till the end. This is Adversaricon of Human the Hoof Beast and Beast Metal Review. I'll check you out later. Thanks.